Welcome everyone to the Master of Vox, where today we have a wonderful cast of the Squire Joust Tournament. With me is...
Hi, I'm the Graham Slam, aka just Graham, and so, yeah, we just messed that intro up. That's all right, we're just gonna rock with it here real quick.
It's
so on
been
the
a
left,
while.
We have, yeah, it's been a minute, so I'm just gonna ad-lib here. In the left, in the blue, we have the B00mer. It's a pretty funny name. He's playing as second Pancelos Maverick. And on the right, in the red, we have TS. I'm not gonna go XXX on him. It's just, that's too much. So we're just gonna go TS, and he's playing as 28th Jaeger Balance. And I find this division matchup actually kind of a little, interesting. I wouldn't have expected. I'd be curious to know what the counter pick was for this one.
Yeah.
But it should be a good match.
I'm really curious to see the B00mer just shoving Moto Lovas and Moto Avaros Rocks straight down the center. It doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he's just rolling right now. He's lucky none of those transports died. This is the modern version of the game, but not 2 years ago. But yeah, he's got a giant infantry blob right here. No leader support whatsoever. He's going to try and rush forward. He might... this might be okay because he has so much extra firepower, like, you know, double venom G34. We have the Tigers coming along with, you know, some other support, even that Panzer 4H. Yeah, was that one Panzer 4H? Yeah, just one, and that Panzer PM. Okay.
And a Tiger. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, but an immediate call of an HE-111, which is kind of surprising from TS. You really don't see A-phase HE-111s. Not that it's a super common plane in the game, but then for Jaeger, it's a pretty expensive buy off the rip. 135.
Yeah, but that's two 1,000 kilogram bombs that are about to, like, drop some bukkake on these fucking Panzers.
Right, but it won't get
Tigers.
any kills on any of these. You see right there, that's why you don't use it for the armored vehicles unless it's already been pinned.
Yeah.
So if there'd been a pin there with a direct hit, I don't think it's that bad of a buy. But honestly, he would have been better killing the 34, the 75, the infantry blob here, because eventually all these vehicles will push back these Jaegers, which aren't actually great defensive infantry. They're really not that good at it.
No, so I disagree there. I think the Jaegers would be good if you put them on his side of the town, and because then they would only be able to be engaged within that 100-meter range to allow those 7 MP40s to engage.
Yeah, so what I would have said is if you turned off the MG42 and let them get close. Yes, I agree with that. Like, if it's inside the town and it's just pure CQC, they'd be really nasty. But trying to fight a 750-meter plus, 750-meter fight with just one MG42 on each is just a losing battle.
Yeah, no, and even the support equipment, like their G43s, like they only get 2 of them. In all honesty, with the Jaegers, I just turn off the MP4 or MG42 and the G43s, and I'll just use them as avtos sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I think they are a good CQC unit. I don't want to say great because there are plenty of units in today's Steel Division that are better at CQC. There's nothing really else going on the map, so we kind of stay here. But they are a good defensive unit. They're just not good in the way I think he tried to use them right there. That's probably what I wouldn't have picked. But because I mean, this infantry is going to push forward here. There's so much extra, firepower. I mean, the Tiger's up. We got a Nimrod here for some air support, which is actually kind of nasty too. That gun shoots infantry. It's actually pretty nasty.
No, that gun. Oh wait, this doesn't have the crazy.
The
heat shell.
Heat, so, yeah. Which won't ever hit anything.
But is it scary? Yep.
Oh no, sure. Oh sure. Yeah, we see a Tourney moving up there, the Panzer 3M. So there's a lot of firepower here for the B00mer. A ME210 going to come out, probably try and kill this Pack 38, but he needs to be careful. There is a flak furling out, and that can shred planes.
I like how he's being cautious with it because he does have that fire superiority where he's hitting the Pack 38 from outside of its 1,500-meter range. And so he's able to not need for that ME210 to hit.
Yeah, absolutely. And so falling back, that's pretty good for him. You don't want to lose your plane right there for a 0 gain. I will say these Pack 38s, I think if you're TS, you just they're not worth bringing out in those positions right now because he's not going to be able to deal with that armor, which is why I'm kind of surprised he went with 28th Jaeger on this map. Balance, I think, is the right income for the map versus Maverick because it could be very difficult to get a double tick on Ciano as a Maverick player, like, because you really just have to steamroll your opponent at some, like, you can't just be really aggressive and have more income and then get a double tick by just luck or raw aggressive skill. Like, you really got to break your opponent at some portion of this front to get a double tick.
Now, if if he was playing the Maverick 28th Jaeger on this map, I would expect him to basically put some flamers, maybe a Jaeger or two, and where we were talking about on the back end, his end of that town to force into the 100-meter range. But honestly, you push up north like there's no tomorrow. Use smoke, get those Jaegers with some support, like get an officer in there to up-vet them so they won't surrender, and you just push through. You push, you push, you push. And that the north is where I've seen close combat, like, or more knife fighty work really well, especially in conjunction with smoke. Because in this map, everyone I've noticed who's like beginner to medium will overinvest in the south, like we're seeing here with like the Tiger, the Nimrod, the Tehran, all these fun things. So if you can just put a blocking force here, hold the southern portion of that town like he's doing with those Sturmjäger, with the other Sturmjäger, Jäger Fusilier, all that fun stuff, keep that southern portion, but push up north to cause more undue stress and just see if you can't break them there. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to, you know, at the end of the day, you need to look at what your deck's strengths are and play to those. So fighting in the middle here in the open as 28th Jaeger, that really isn't that's just not, you know, it really isn't. That is not the strength of the deck. So you can, like you said, like hug the backside, fall back into the tree lines if you have to, you know, get a little nitty gritty with it and force the more time you buy in that sector for yourself, especially as balance, the better off you're going to be in this game. And then up north, you can get aggressive because your infantry is better, right? It is superior in that CEC fight. Now, I will say about the Hungarians, you know, to be careful with it because they are some thick boys, and sometimes that can play a little bit of havoc with these smaller HP but better armed German squads.
Yeah, the 15-man squads for the Hungarians is fucking crazy still. Like, you're talking your average 20, what is it, like 20, 25 point, Lovash squad has 12 strength. That's 20 points, right? Moto Lovash.
I think Lovash is 11, right?
Yeah.
11? Yeah, 11. Yeah, Lovash is 12, Moto Rise Lovash is 11, yeah.
Yeah. But which one has the 15-man squads? That's in not Tartalik, 25th, right? Or something like that?
Yeah, the other one, the non Tiger one. I forget the name. But yes, but the Hungarians in general though, because I mean, if your standard 20-point infantry unit has 12 HP, so nice move here real quick by TS with the Panzerjäger, because we see the B00mer being a little careless with his armor, keeping it close there. There are Panzerschrecks right there, and you saw it go ahead and blap that poor Panzer IV-H. He really didn't accomplish anything. And that's how you start to whittle down the armor, force him to invest more in it, and just be really annoying. But I also think he could definitely get aggressive somewhere else on the map. He's just kind of playing it very cautious, probably due to his income.
Yeah, and we have to think, like, 28th Jaeger is a knife-fighting division, but he's not playing it aggressive. He's playing it super defensively because of the income. And I can understand and respect that. So right now, where these Sturmjäger are, do you see how, from their building, if any of those Motor Lovash pop out, they're just going to get, like, splatted with MG or MP44 shots?
Yeah, the Sturmjäger is just kind of sitting right there. I mean, yeah, he's got a good little defensive setup here. Though, on the other side, if the B00mer just spent a little bit of artillery, he's trying to pick off an 81mm mortar, which I really don't know if that's, like, worth the effort or the shells. I mean, sure, so most of the time it's just, you know, because you can't actually use the counter battery order. Yeah. I feel like it's just the dispersion. If you don't have radar over there, or not radar, radio coverage over there, it doesn't work out for you. But if he dropped it in the back portion of that town, he could stun everything in there and then just push up his Hungarian infantry.
Well, not just the back portion of the town, but remember, he still has that IG-33 that's been firing at him, and now it's in radio range because of...
No, I think it's just out.
Oh
yeah,
no,
he's out of it now.
Yeah. Because that's the Jaeger Pioneer from TS. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's Eugen being unable to show you different radio coverage, so it just gives you overall radio coverage of the game. Nice bomb drop there by the HE-111, and we'll get some HP done, but there's no follow-up to it there, right? So you're kind of just like, I'm gonna go bomb you, which can be fine, right? It's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Here, take 2,000 pounds of HE, but on the flip side, what if you need your bomber at another point? You didn't really accomplish anything because there's nothing there to actually push behind it. Kind of like when, you know, with off map, like when you like just drop off map on something, you may get some kills here or there, you do some damage, but if there's no follow through, you kind of wasted it.
Yeah, and what we're seeing up north, real quick, I'm gonna bring you up there. is we're seeing the Boomer kind of fall asleep at the wheel here. He's pulling a Sleepy Joe. Yeah, he's not maneuvering any of his tanks or microing them. And so what we're seeing right now is TS is going to put in a Pack 38 and just pick off that Tehran. Once that Tehran goes, he should actually be able to make a decent counterattack.
Yeah, 2 Pack 38s here.
Yeah. One's going up north, I guess, to like stop any possible attack that the Boomer might push up there.
Yeah, and there's 410 coming out here. Looking. Oh, nice fallback order there by TS. That's a nice move there. That saves a lot of HP on that Sturmjäger. The back ones were pinned down from the bomb drop, but that was a really good fallback order. It's something you like to see. Like, hey, where are you at in terms of your gameplay? A big indicator to me that you understand the mechanics of this game is using your fallback order quickly and appropriately.
Yeah, because it will save you.
Yep.
I think TS is having a Boomer moment up north too, and he's not unloading his Pack 38s. Real quick,
yeah, I think you forgot. Yeah.
In case you guys didn't know, you can use the unload at position button or the hotkey, and once you click that, you can then select your units and have them pop out using that hotkey order. So you can either fast move them, fast attack move, or unload at position.
Yeah, and we see the Boomers getting a big infantry dump from the the main town down bottom side middle area of it. But I'm not really sure what is he hoping to achieve by that, because he did bring out another Panther as well, which is nice armor. But the problem I think that he has he doesn't need to kill any tanks really. I mean, there's one Stug, but that's not really too important. He needs to push back those Pack 38s, push back that IG-33. But where does he want to go? Is it just south? Because if it's just south, it's just going to give him one flag. So. Yeah. I really don't think that the point... I mean, we're talking like there's over 500 points worth of units down here.
Yeah, no, this map is one of the worst, I think, for Maverick.
It's awful.
Yeah, because if you look here, the right where that Stug 3 is, right? So the next logical step would be to, from where his Motolovas are, where he has the blue flag in the town, right? To push south, take that, and then take the one where his Stug is, right there, or TS's Stug is. But the problem is, you can turn that into a meat grinder so quick, and it's not... You can't actually hold that flag because of the reinforcement routes and how they work. Because red will always have that benefit.
Yeah, taking his hill line is too hard there. It's easier from red's position to push, I think, blue's hill line a little bit.
Yeah.
I know that because you can get a faster access. Like, blue starts off with some of these flags. I believe blue starts off... No, red starts off with it, but blue can get there faster. But I just, like, getting into that tree line and holding it for TS's side is just really difficult, and you almost never see it unless the game is just like a blowout.
Yeah.
Oh, no, off map actually called out. Off map up north there. ITS. There's no A whatsoever here, so he's gonna get a nice little clean. We're gonna get some 172mm fire dropped on it. Now, if this gets paired with an actual attack here with the Sturmjäger and the Stugs, then I'm gonna really like this move, because it will any amount of pressure as balanced as you can apply that it causes the Maverick player to shift his attention is always beneficial.
And we have to remember, he's already 4 minutes into Maverick time.
Yeah.
So at this point, the income advantage is all Boomer.
Yeah, Boomer hasn't really used his income his income advantage so far, I would say, very well. Like, obviously in A phase it's just a 5-point difference, so it's not really huge. But he does have the slight tick, which is never a bad thing. But you got to remember with Ciano, you need to break the opponent in B. Like, you need a full front rupture moment to win as Maverick on this map, because it is so easy for the balanced player to get it back to a single tick, and then from there he's just going to grind you out.
Exactly. And I think what we're seeing right now is the Boomer is over-investing in support equipment like the Nimrods, the Tiger, the Panther, another Nimrod, a 149.
Is at least 2 MV210s.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot. Oh, and another Panther up north. I like the Panther up north for the simple fact that he's going to use this armor to try to push through this position. But this position is going to be too hard unless he starts diverting that 149 Italian piece up north to try to break that. Speaking of diverting it, look at the town in the northern portion. He's softening it up.
Yeah, he's dropping some hard. Yeah, he's softening it up. So we should expect the push there, I think, pretty soon. I'm surprised that TS didn't push the northern position after the off map there. It feels like kind of a waste to me. All you really said was, hey, I'm thinking of going in this direction. Even if you don't go in that direction, to me, it feels like you wasted a lot of firepower, especially considering the amount of charges you have for that off-map playing. Like they're pretty valuable.
Yeah.
So like we're gonna see this one dive into the middle here, and needs to be careful because there is a Nimrod, and one Nimrod is enough to kill that Storch.
Yeah, that Storch is dead at this point. Unless Caster's cursed, but I'd say it's gonna die.
No, I think there's a high likelihood. We do see the off-map dropped here, but once again, will that do damage? Absolutely. But it has to be followed up with an attack, because if it isn't, wow, that Storch, yeah, it does go down. I'll say there's no way that thing's gonna live.
Yeah. Now he needs to hold these Jaeger Pioneers, and then just push them all forward once that off-map is done.
We got a Stug 3 duking out the Panther that is kind of CQC. Not, I mean, you know,
up north.
Yeah, it was sub 1,000 meters, so you want to be a little careful with your Panther there. But she should win that fight 95% of the time, and bounces the Stug's 75mm round and penetrates the Stug in return. So good fight there for the Boomer. But a B3 is on the way, so we'll see if we can get in, even though there is a Nimrod protecting.
Yeah.
Another Nimrod bought out down south, so that'll be 3 Nimrods on the map here.
We're watching this HS-129 go in. It's going in hot.
Yeah, it just got a
2
pin,
bounces.
or bounces. Yeah, not a pin. It did get some stun damage to it. So that Panther's pretty much still good to go.
Yeah.
No real issues to worry about there. She can still take a pin.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, you almost need 2 Stugs to push that Panther at the same time.
Yeah. And he has to. We see down south here, the Panther engaging the Stug in the Pak-38. It wins that fight handily. Like, yeah, it could be a little annoying. Your Panther's gonna... I would like to see the Tiger jump in and help it out. You know, he's kind of just watching the Panther do all the work right there. But the Panther's gonna be enough to clean that up. And right there, that's a lot of points. If, you know, you lose an anti-tank gun, you lose a Stug. Up north, you start losing some armor. You know, it can, that can kind of snowball as the balanced player.
Yeah, and then you have to remember that Maverick income advantage is going to play a massive role. And so you have to safeguard, you have to husband some of your stuff.
Ooh, Nibblebear for 42 opening up.
Yeah, it killed the not Pak 40, the 75mm gun.
The Hungarian Pak, which is actually a really nice gun. It's one of the best anti-tank guns per price in the game. I always recommend anybody, if that's in your deck or available for your deck, you should get it. Counter battery dropping on the AA. It is a flak furling on a truck, so I doubt the 149 is going to get the kill.
I mean, it only takes 1 shell, and that's why self-propelled anti-air can suck if you don't move it instantly after every time it engages.
Yeah. No, you're right. It could be that could backfire against you. Up north, there is some action going on. The Panther engaging a Pak-38, which is the Pak-38 can be a really nice gun.
Stug.
Yes, now this is the moment here. The Stug gets a pin right there. The Panther's going to turn, though. Misses, so this would be a moment. Okay, he gets a bounce, another bounce.
Oh, but it's 2-on-1 right now.
Yeah, but the Panther should do the Stug here.
Oh, that Panther. Oh, it took the double team. Jesus.
Yeah, and now while that Panther is pinned, it does go ahead and get the kill there. There's another Pak-38 coming up. What I would do is not engage until APCR range with that Pak-38. Yep. Let that Panther push up. And if I'm, the Boomer, don't push that Panther up. She needs to be 200 meters past your most forward tank. Once they're pinned, they're in danger. At that point, anything's fair game.
Yeah, exactly. But it looks like the Boomer's 149 is actually engaging. Maybe he had an idea that the Pak-38 would show up.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna push that forest line right there, which the Boomer does need to do,
ooh,
but we're almost out of C-phase here.
That Pak-38 just got the kill of its life.
Yeah. Yeah, I would not have kept it there. I would have made sure that there was no way it could get hit right there. You want that infantry fully pushed up. Use your artillery suppress, and then if you have to bring up that armor, bring it up. Once your Panther's pinned, she's no different than the weakest tank in the game.
Well, except for the fact it's got 130 millimeters of armor protection. But...
Well, I got you, but in relation to an anti-tank gun, all it takes is you showing that little bit of side armor, and you can be, yeah, he's got 135 gram. Yeah, well, that side armor is like 50 millimeters.
Well, that is true, and Eugen's programming when it comes to how tanks face is just retarded sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, they'll go full retard on you. I mean, where's that Tiger at down south? Is he dead?
There's a Panther.
Yeah, but there's a Tiger from the start of the game. Where'd the Tiger go?
I think it's Corpse. Yep, its Corpse is right to the top left of the crossroads.
Oh yeah, there she is. She burning. So
I think the Pak-40 got it.
Yeah, Now the Pack 40, that's a Pack 38's big brother, and she packs some nasty damage. You do not want to tangle with a Pack 40, especially sub 1,500 meters.
In all honesty, the what is the APCR is APCR is 1,500 meters.
Yep.
He was in 1,500. Honestly, I would let the APCR roll on that Pack 40 to get those guaranteed hits and crit or guaranteed hits, penetrations, and crits.
Yeah, let the crits go. And up north here, this push is going to bog down a little bit. There is a lot of infantry up here for the Boomer, but these Tehran 2s, they're not necessarily great against Stugs. They can be really annoying against, like, T-34s. They can be really annoying against MCHAs, right? The Tehran 2 actually can be kind of a pain in the ass because of the heat shell.
Yeah.
But Stugs, no, they really have a very hard time dealing with Stugs. You're going to see it right here. They're basically lining up Napoleonic style to try and engage this Stug 3, and he's going to go and pick them off. I'd expect to kill almost all these to die. Oh, there was a pin right there.
Yeah,
oh,
the heat shells. The heat shells. Yeah. The Boomer, he woke up from his little nap over there, the rocking chair.
Yep. He was just letting him fire his AP for a while.
Yeah, and then he turned off the AP, and now what we're noticing is, remember guys, heat doesn't lose penetration based off distance like AP shells do in this game. So the heat has got another pen. Oh my god, the Terrans are doing it!
Yeah, a lot of bad misses there by the Stug, but that was a great reaction time on him to get that heat shell turned on. And the Stugs, I think that wasn't. The Stugs didn't perform very well there. There was a lot of misses with the 2 double vet Stugs. Also, they should have engaged at the same time.
Yeah.
But great trade nonetheless, right there for the Boomer.
Yeah, the Boomer's over here running the fascist little engine that could in these Tehran 2s, and the train just keeps on pushing through.
Yeah, whereas the Boomer's now in the phase where he's just point dumped, right? So there are 3 so if you zoom out, there's 3 149s, there's a bunch of armor coming up, 4 Panzer IVs going to the north, more Tehran 2s going to the town just south of that. Yeah. But he's on a timer right now. He has just dumped basically all of his excess income, and if this does not lead to a breakthrough, it's going to be very hard to win the game. Yes, he does have 14 minutes off a single tick, but 14 minutes is an insanely long time with only 80 points.
He only needs one more flag, and I'm looking at this center town, or the northern town here, but that HE-111 is about to drop a lot of hate.
Yeah, so he's going to get the bomb drop off, which was kind of lucky there. That Nimrod, if that Nimrod's 10 meters more forward, he stops the HE-111. So that's going to annihilate that infantry. Yep. Now, that will buy time here for TS, but he's going to need to send something into the middle to help stabilize that. Same with up north. The raw amount of armor here might be enough to push through. The Sturmjäger needs to back up. Like, you don't want your Sturmjäger, trying to duke it out with an infantry weapons team, MG34 at max. That's bad off the get-go. You don't want that happening. But second, there's 4 tanks in front of you. What are you doing, bro?
He just wanted to experience the bullet hose that is 2 Terrans and 2 Panzer IVs.
Yeah, well, he got the bullet hose. What he really needs to do is let these guys push up right here, and let's get some Panzerschreck shots, let's get some Panzerfaust shots, some little grenade throws. Just buy yourself some time. There is the Storches going up north, and that might be a pretty decent defensive off-map drop, which I'm really not a huge fan of, but I think he kind of needs it.
I think that right now, to stabilize, he needs to do that off-map, and he needs to do it quick. Because the Boomer over here is supporting his armored push with infantry, and that is, again, so important. Oh my god, he couldn't get it off.
No, couldn't get off. The Nimrod pushed up.
Yep.
He was listening to us in real time.
Oh, that's some off-map blue balls right there. Fuck. Panzerjäger kills the Tehran too?
Yeah, she might get one more, but he needs to fall back and just get it out of there.
Yep.
The one thing with the Panzerschreck being used there is it can sometimes force your opponent into seeing Panzerschrecks in the trees everywhere, right? It's like, it's Nam here in Belarus. But
Charlie's in the wire.
Right, Charlie is definitely in the wire. I mean, there's Sturmjäger pushing up here along with the Stug 3. The problem is there is so much, there's so much meat to this push right here. There's so Hungarian infantry. We have, 5 tanks? It's going to be hard to stabilize that. 4
Panzer IVs and a Tehran 2. Oh my lord.
Yeah, now it's a plus. So the double tick has started. The 15-9 with 6 minutes, and now that's where you start to look at it as the map and play. Hey, can I last 6 minutes? And I would expect to see the Air Force for the Boomer start to really come into play here. Yeah, that Stug 3 dying there was rough. He needed more than just a I think, one-on-one trade right now.
Yeah. Right now, we're seeing the Boomer just shove these aircraft down this man's throat. Like, you have a Flak 37? Cool story. I'm going to keep bombing it.
Yeah, and it's also going to expose the Flak 43 right there to these Tehran 2s, which is also going causes an emergency Nebelwerfer 42 drop. Oh no, he's trying to drop it on the Panzer IV. I think he's going to try and snipe the Tehran 2s to save his AA piece.
Yeah,
no, he's trying to stop that push up there. That mean that might work. This Panzer IV has no infantry support. The Panzer gets the with the Panzer truck right there. Yeah, that worked.
And the Sturmjäger, yep, the Nebelwerfer pushed off the infantry, and the Sturmjäger are able to get back into that area. But up north, Jesus Christ, he's like dug in like a tick up there, and he has these Panzer IVs in a rear position to be able to support anything that comes around the corner.
Yeah, the other Nebelwerfer 2s now firing on the Tehran 2s. I figured that shot was going to come in. A money shot on one of them. The last was going to miss. Was going to cause a fallback here. The Jaeger could, maybe if they got it really aggressive, might have been able to get a grenade shot, but it doesn't really matter. That's going to force a little fallback. And let's see if he can stabilize his front, because now it's back to a single tick. A big point dump here by the Boomer. This shows me he was hoarding some cash. I mean, look at that. That's 4 Loves.
And a Tiger.
And a Tiger.
Jesus.
A lot of points at this stage of the game for a Maverick player.
Yep. That's about, what, 2 ticks in the Tiger alone?
Maverick, yeah, the 2 ticks Tiger alone. That's 3 ticks, 4 ticks.
Yeah, I'd say about 3 ticks worth of stuff that he's been saving up there. He's been, like, you know, edging himself.
Oh, wow. Got explicit then.
But what we're also seeing is we're seeing the Toldies, the Tehran 2s. He's keeping his Panzer IVs back in a support role, and he's pushing up the lighter armor, it looks like.
Yeah, and the Nebelwerfer 42 here is probably going to go down for TS. He didn't move it.
Yep.
Yeah, nice counter battery work there by the Boomer. So, I mean, that's a big payoff there. He has those heavy artillery pieces. I don't know if they've done a ton this game, but that was a big one.
Yeah, I think we're hitting that critical mass right now where TS is going to have maybe a hard time pushing him back, especially with the concentration of armor. Like, the Jaeger division is not known for its ability to kill armor and drones.
No, it's where there are real down. 28th Jaeger, once upon a time, was a pretty solid division, but that meta is long past. He's still in this game. There's a chance, but like we're gonna see with the Storch, is this one gonna have to die as well? That Nimrod has pretty nice range. If he was to manually hug it, I think along the right portion of the map there, he might be able to get it dropped off. At least get the charge drop off. Yeah, but, see, look, it's already.
Yeah, it's already fallen back. That Nimrod, the Boomer over here pushing up those Nimrods is what's honestly saving all these pushes right now. It's just that Hungarian SPAA doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, that one got away. Pretty lucky that it didn't go down. But that Nimrod is it's in too good of a position. It's basically like a mobile Bofors, right? It's pretty close to it. Actually, that is what it is. It's a Bofors gun. So, a Nebelwerfer 42 buyout. I don't like that by TS. He needs raw units. He needs these boys on the front. He's in danger of losing this game on Ciano as balanced, which is not super common. Most of the time, the balanced player wins on Ciano because it's hard to maintain the tick. But we see here net the 16-8. Yeah, this is really brutal for him. He hasn't coordinated his artillery very well with any of his defensive or offensive efforts, whereas the Boomer has definitely, I would say, done a better job of that.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very. I mean, yeah, this middle portion, upper middle portion, all it takes that's a house of cards. Boomer just needs to go forward by about 500 meters, and he can just not separate this map in half.
Yeah. Not only that, but he's only got that one Jaeger trying to hold the flag. Like, what you would have to move one of those Stug 3s that you've been throwing into the meat grinder up north just to try to take out that Tehran to then move back.
Yeah, he's got a lot of units up here in the north, but he hasn't used them very well. The Stugs, ever since they lost that fight against the Tehran 2s, he's just been hurting. And we're going to see another Nebelwerfer shot being used to try and kill Tehran 2s. And this one might not even get the kill. No, okay, there it goes. It got the last one got the direct hit. But that's really not a cost-efficient.
Oh, and if you look up north, he's trying his 300mm Nebelwerfers again to kill the armor, but the problem is the Boomer over here is like actually paying attention, and he's trying to move his stuff out of the way.
That was a nice snipe, though.
It was.
These Panzer IVs are pretty, about half suppressed, and then B, the Panzer IV versus the Stu 3 in a knife fight is pretty even. I think their rate of fire is exactly the same. Yeah, it is.
7, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're both 7 apiece. The question will become engagement angle at this point, which is where the Panzer... Oh, but instead, the Teutons are going to come in next.
They're going to even that. They're like, no, you get suppressed too.
Yeah. Yeah, now if you push the Panzer IVs up, he would be able to wipe them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this game is over. There's only a minute left here. It's a 16-8. Slow, grindy Maverick play. I'm kind of surprised it worked, but as I said at the beginning of the cast, I didn't like the division matchup at all.
Yeah, I don't think that 28th Jaeger is good for this map. I think 28th Jaeger should be put on a shelf somewhere, let it have dust form all over it until you have to play Seal, right? Maybe Hordeshow, just because you can knife fight in 3 areas, in 3 different sections. But for this map, you need something with 2K. Bring out the Commonwealth with their 2K 17-pounders. Bring out the Americans with their 105s. Play another German division. But not a knife fighting division like 28th Jaeger.
But beyond that, though, this is highlights with the current, an issue I think with the game is that 28th Jaeger, it's not just necessarily balance or hey, this map, that. The older divisions, some of them, they're just old, right? And you see it right now. You see the age of 28th Jaeger. Its infantry is very specialized, whereas a lot of infantry today can multitask. It has an artillery tab that was built for 2 years ago. It has HE-111s. Those things were old in 1942, let alone here, right?
Yep.
So it's just an older division against Eugen's right out of the Eugen factory here, and you could see the age showcase on it. There were better divisions for him to pick, I think. I would imagine.
Yeah, I think that the game may have been sealed from the division pick just because of how well 28th Jaeger can do things.
Yeah.
But I will say 28th Jaeger, out of the original, 10 divisions or something like that, is still one of the better ones, along with, 1st Lovash. But in this division, or in this map setup, I would have gone with something with a heavier 2K presence. And I think
if you want an old one, just take 78 Sturm. If you want an older division that has 2K range, right? That's what I'm saying. Some of the older ones are still viable. You're right. Lovas is still a decent div. 78 Sturm, I would say, is still a good div, right? So, I believe 25th Panzergren, which obviously that was a free one, right?
Yeah.
But that one is still, that's an older division that's still really good. Hartnick is I believe a decent division in the current meta. So there are good older divisions. 28th Jaeger just really isn't one of them, I would say, anymore. Outside of, like you said, Cell, I'd say, yeah, it's probably all right on Cell. But then again, excuse me, I bet you there's a better one.
Oh, no, but I'm saying for, the free divisions, if that's what you care about, I think that 28th Jaeger on the Axis side is probably the best option you're going to have for Seal. You can make 78th Sturm work on there, but they're just so damned expensive.
Yes, they are inexpensive. Yeah. No, that's a good point. If you only have the base game and then all the free stuff, you're probably right. 28th Jaeger in terms of just raw CQC ability, because you don't even get Ski Jaeger for free, right? Yeah, that was a pre-order bonus, right?
Ski Jaeger, no, I bought that. It's like another DLC.
Okay.
Yeah. There's so many goddamn DLCs and Eugens. I bought this game 5 times over with how many DLCs I own at this point. Ooh.
Yeah, they decided they wanted to be creative assembly and just give you a DLC every 3 months for $20. Well, actually, Eugen is about every 6 to 8 months. Never mind.
Yeah, no, they don't work that hard. Whoa.
Right,
Whoa.
They ain't pumping out that much content.
All right, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the cast. I would ask that you please comment, and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yep, what he said. And we're going to try to get more content back to you guys on a regular basis. So
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, what he said. Merry Christmas to everyone, and we'll see you guys in the new year. Bye.